what happens to our children when they can't see each other. Marc Amoresano, 21 Hilltop Circle. Thank you all for seeing me here today, and I want to thank you for your letter to the governor. Right, we had discussions about this before, and we appreciate that you've gone out and done this. But this is the first step to affirm the guardian and parents' constitutional rights to the health and welfare of our children. It's time for you to dig into the EO for the gray areas that give you, the Board of Education, the right to make masks optional in the situations that make sense. For example, the biggest gray area is the lack of disciplinary requirements. There are none shown in the EO. You do not need to discipline a child for not wearing a mask. There is no language requiring this. If a child is uncomfortable wearing a mask, they do not need to be disciplined. It's very simple. Faculty and staff should ignore the situation and keep moving on. Second, the EO allows for excessive heat as a reason for no masks. No definition is provided, is it? They don't say 70 degrees, 50 degrees, 90 degrees, no. So if a child is uncomfortable and they feel that they're hot, guess what? They should be able to take it off. This does not rely on a temperature or the lack of conditioned air. Third, it states if a child cannot breathe or it poses health risk, they cannot wear a mask. This is simple. There are a multitude of studies and expert testimonials, thank you again, showing that mask wearing is a health risk to children. Others here tonight may talk about the same thing, right before me. As I discussed months ago, my two children suffer from multiple negative effects. Dizziness, nausea, right? Headaches, lethargy, depression, anxiety from a mask. And I know this is being repeated to you guys, I get it. And I know you only have a certain amount of things, but there are gray areas that we are now asking you to work within for these children. All right? So third, if it states a child cannot breathe or poses a health risk, they cannot wear a mask. This is simple. We talked about this, right? I'm sorry. There are no peer-reviewed studies, in fact, no studies that show masks are safe or even effective against this virus. Here's a little quick absurdity for you. If I fell into this room, that's about what it is for the size of that virus, which passes by aerosols, not by droplets. The majority is passed by aerosols, which guess what? In this room now, there's more aerosols than you could ever imagine, right? That's the size of, me dropping in here is the same as that virus passing through the size of the openings in those masks you guys are wearing. And that's the truth. 500 to 2,000 times the size of that virus. That's what it is. That's fact. Another fact, these mandates that are being handed out willy-nilly by these dictators now, you know where they come from? The CDC even stated their PCR test that all these mandates come from do not distinguish between the flu, between the cold, and between COVID. So all these numbers are incorrect. You can look it up. It's out there. Right? Stop listening to the mainstream media. Guess what? They're not telling you these truths. Stop being ignorant. The information is there for you to find.
Mr. Amoresano, if you could address the board, please.
Yes. I want to say thank you for your time. I want to say that we hope that you understand there are these gray areas you can work in. And I hope people realize that keeping our rights, especially for home rule, for you to make these decisions, is more important than pretty much everything we spoke to today. Because without that, we can't even have this discussion about our children. Thank you.